this video because we want to know what missing assignments there are and to get them done. So this is a student account. And so this should be the front page that you see when you log into your student or parent portal. My class right here, this is my 4th period, right? And then you can see that this student right here has 10 missing assignments, okay? What you want to do is you want to actually go into the grade book. So click on Math 7. And then this is what you'll see. So one thing that is new with Aeries is the card view. Card view, I really don't like. It spreads things out. It makes it a lot difficult for me to look at least, right? So I always go to table view. And then you can see these are the missing assignments that we have, right? So this is just a heading, right? There's NA because there's no score for anybody. This was just a heading because I used to have a tab for assessments, but since it's distance learning, it's all under here. Everything you can find on Google Classroom, and we'll switch over to Google Classroom so I can show you that later. But this is an online access survey. It's a 5-minute Google form that students had to fill out just so that I can make sure that I'm making contact with all of them. If you see 6- or 7- or 8- or whatever, that means it's review preview problems from the textbook. If you don't have the textbook with you, go to ebooks.cpm.org or email me and I will send you the link. Okay, so that's review preview. Here's more review preview. I think there's another one right here, review preview. That one's due on the 5th. Okay. Ed Puzzle, these are, I make videos just like this, right? So my students can see it, but on Ed Puzzle, it's cool because I can embed questions into the video and students will answer them. So it's like their participation at the same time. Again, they access it through Google Classroom. Quizzes is just an online gaming thing where they just practice adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing positive and negative whole numbers. And then Flipgrid, I'm going to do one of these a week. It's just a reflection. They record themselves on video. Then all the other students can see them too. And it's just kind of a check-in and a little bit more creative than just math stuff. Okay, so date completed, don't worry about that one. This column right here, due date, this is when it is due. So I have been assigning homework assignments on Mondays by 3 p.m. is my deadline for me. And then for students, they have to turn it in by Sunday at midnight, right? And then if you look at grading complete right here, this one, there's no completion because it's just a heading, right? So there's no grade for that. These are all completed, right? So then you know that I have checked through the grades and then I have updated, it's as up to date as it can be, right? I check my email every day too. These ones, it's not due until the 5th. So it says grading completed. No, it has not been completed yet because it's not due yet. Okay, let's switch over to Google Classroom. Okay, so here is Google Classroom, and I'll show you from the beginning. So this is classes. This is when they go to Google Classroom, this is what students should see. They should see all their classes here. I am a student in Miss Davidson's 6th period just so that we could see what it looks like on both sides. So I'm going to click here. This is the class for me. The color might be different, but everything else should be the same. So on the left-hand side, you have the upcoming assignments, right? And then you can view all, and it's the same thing if you go into classwork at the top, right? So classwork at the top, and it's organized by week. So I want you guys to see this right here. These are every assignment that's due. Do you see how this right here is, this one is gray, right? And then these ones are pink. If it is gray, that means I turned it in on Google Classroom. If it is pink, that means that I have still not done those. So I can look at this, Chapter 6, Review Preview Problems, view the assignment, and then I turned it in late because I just turned it in like 5 seconds ago, right? If I go back and I looked at any of these, adding integers, so if I click on this one, view assignment, one thing that students have to remember is they have to click here, mark as done. Right? So right here, mark as done or turn in, right? So it's going to either be one of those, and it's the same thing here. When I go to review preview, right? So this is the latest assignment that's due this Sunday on April 5th. It says, please take a picture of your assignment and upload it here. So that means I have to add either a file or from my Google Drive, a picture of my assignment, and then I mark it as done. For Ed Puzzle, sorry, I know this is a lot. For Ed Puzzle, I'm going to go back. and I go to Edpuzzle and I view the assignment, there is nothing to add in here. You just have to go to the link, or students have to go to the link. They have to answer the questions, finish it on Edpuzzle. I think there's a view your score at the end, or like turn it in at the end button that they have to click. And then they have to also make sure that they come back here and mark it as done. So that's just the extra tedious step that students have to do. But when they click this button, it notifies me that they have completed it. Okay, so those are the two ways that you want to look. I think the easiest one would be go to Google Classroom and just see which one's pink and which one's gray. And then you can cross-check it with the grades on Aeries, right? Because students can also, so if I went to this assignment, which I submitted and I turned it in, I actually didn't do anything for this, right? These slides were already there. I didn't do any work for this and I still submitted it. So I do have some students who are saying that they turned it in, but they're not turning anything in. So you want to double check that. Okay, if you have any questions, please email me, and stay safe. Thanks.